you're living a great dream of a life.
Yeah.
Everybody is right now.
It's a great time to be alive.
It is a great time to be alive.
This big take for granted.
Yeah.
The whole bank thing is hilarious.
Yeah, the bank thing, because
we forget
how
hard it was to have. And you would have to figure out, well, all right, it's a 3-day weekend. Is this going to be enough money for the whole week? You have to figure that crap out.
Yeah, because you couldn't take all your money out.
Right.
And you had to go, well, if I have more fun than I'm planning, I'm going to be screwed.
Sure.
And you'd actually have to stop doing stuff if you ran out of money. There wasn't this
You'd be out of money.
Yep.
This constant
And you'd be
flow.
so bummed because you're like, the banks don't even open till most cases Tuesday.
I got no money. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
You had to often just sit in a chair or in a car and just look around you and go, well, I can't do nothing right now. And there's nobody to talk to. I'm not at a phone.
And
I'm just a person.
Leaving your house was like going west.
Yeah.
Seriously, you left your house and you were just out of touch with everybody.
You didn't know what was
You hope that the people you said, well, meet me at this bar at 5:30 are going to show up or whatnot.
That's
you
when
can check up on anybody.
This stuff is great. This technology is great. And I've read like comments on YouTube where people say that this guy's a primitivist. This word that means that you hate technology.
You're a primitivist.
Yes, that's not the point. The point isn't that technology is bad for us. The point is that it's as good as it is, and people have to stop. People are so miserable. People spend so many hours poring over their products and then throwing it away and buying another one. Like, it's so far from the basis of, like, being a human being, which is like, I'm going to freeze this winter if I don't make money and buy these certain things.
Right.
You know, like, it used to be you worked at a button factory and then you took your button money and you bought some lard and bread for your kids. And then you save a little money so you could buy your kid one wooden toy at Christmas. But now the toy is an exploding robot that gives you an enema, and you buy it for your kid before you buy food.
Yeah,
that's the first thing. And you buy one for you, and then you go, this thing sucks. And you get mad at it, you throw it away and buy another one. Mm-hmm. And there's this incurable, there's just this misery everywhere. People are miserable. Very few Americans are, like, content. The phone?
You're absolutely right, man. I'm just agreeing with it.
Yeah, the phone thing is really funny, too, because you also forget that people would call your house and no one's there, and they couldn't leave a message. No, what if they had something really important? You have to, like, sync up now for that important info.
Whole friendships that wouldn't exist without the ability to connect that much. Because you'd call somebody, and the phone would ring with the dog looking at it for a few minutes. And then in the room the phone is in, like there was a room that the phone lived in.
Yeah, it was
away from the TV.
Phone. It was the phone. You called it the phone. When was the last time you said who's on the phone? Somebody's on his phone or somebody's on my phone.
And you would know, based on who you called, how many rings before you realized they weren't home. Like some people, 2 rings. If that thing wasn't up, it's like, 3rd ring, I don't think he's home. But then, like, Grandma, 10 rings.
Yeah, you picture her the sliding door.
Oh, she's got to get, feebly walk somewhere. But there was the rule of thumb where you were supposed to let it ring 10 times before you hung up and realized, I have no contact with this person.
No contact.
There's
and also,
no way I can have contact with this person.
You didn't even occur to you to think, they don't know that I called.
Yeah.
That didn't even occur to you.
They'll never know that I called if something happens.
Yeah. And they may call me and I may not be here. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
People would just, people, there weren't even answering machines. I remember a time when answering machines were fancy. That was a fancy thing to have an answering machine. Yeah. Before that, people would just go home.
Only Mannix and Canon had answering machines. Because they were running business.
Rockford.
Rockford. Hello, this is Jim Rockford. Stupid song would start.
But for most people, it was just somebody might contact you if it's just weird to think of that now.
Yeah. The one thing you said that was very funny was the sparks inside. Like there were.
No, it was a copper coil. If you took apart a phone, which I did often, it was a copper coil that you made sparks and it went down a copper wire, literally a copper wire from your house to the other person you're talking to. Like cups with a string.
You didn't buy a phone at the store.
No, we rented our phone.
Plug it into the wall. It was Bell Telephone, property of Bell Telephone. It was hardwired into your wall. Yeah. So when you moved in, that phone was sitting there.
Yes, and when you didn't pay the bill, which my mom often would run out of money and not pay the bill, they would come and take the actual phone out.
They'd take the phone.
The phone would go into a truck full of ugly, dirty phones in a pile like Auschwitz, just all laying with their cords tangled together in a big pile.
Dice did a bit about the old phones.
The rings?
The ring, and how heavy they were.
Yeah,
and how you could just beat somebody with them. Now you can't beat someone with your cell phone.
Just the receiver, you could beat somebody to death with the receiver.
Just the receiver, it was a weapon. Yeah. Your phone was a weapon.
It was made of this Bakelite plastic.
Yeah, well, completely unbreakable.
Yeah.
You could not break your phone.
No, not at all.
Although that cord would constantly, the worse you stretched it, the longer and more unwieldy it got.
Then it was a Garrett. It was another weapon.
Yes, a Garrett. You could choke it because that thing would never snap.
No.
You could break a lot of stuff with that long phone cord.
You'd pull it into a bedroom and slam the door on the cord to get your privacy.
The thing is, the things people are impatient about, too. It's like a guy standing on a street corner, furious because it's taking a little while to load a picture of Axl Rose on his phone for him to look at for a second to remember what the guy looked like for a second.
Oh my God!
To look at fat Axl Rose now.
Yeah.
What's he look like now?
I took out.
It's taking too long.
I took out half of Anthony's ex-mother-in-law's house with the long phone cord.
With the long phone cord she used to have. I still do. I'm amazed by technology, and sometimes I do step back and look at it and go like, wow, that is effing amazing that we have this. Things like flight, though, you do still take for granted. Yeah. I know that, but like newer technology, the iPhone, for one thing, I know Jimmy doesn't like it.
Hate it.
But the principle behind it, the fact that you used to have to sit there and think about who that actor was in that movie. Yeah. And that would drive you crazy. You'd like two people, you'd be sitting there going, I know the name, I know. And for a half hour, an hour, you could not concentrate on anything else. And now you're like, hold on, IMDb, boom, it was this movie, this year, blah, blah.
Ron Jeremy.
All your Ron Jeremy. You have answers at your fingertips now.
I have an iPhone which I don't even use because I like my BlackBerry. That's jackass I am. Like I've got the two leading machines, and the iPhone is for when my BlackBerry breaks because I throw it around a lot. So I was at my mother's house and I was bitching about my iPhone. I go, yeah, I got one, but it's like, and she goes, what does that even do? She didn't even understand any facet of. My mother's a computer programmer, but
oh my God!
But
punch cards.
Yes, she used punch cards. She had
ENIAC,
but consumer products. She doesn't know anything about those, and so she said, "What is that? What's the big deal with it?" And I show it to her, and I just start running her through what iPhones do.
Yeah.
And like I said, think of any song you've ever heard, and for some reason she said "Footloose." I don't know why my mom. and I just go click 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 foot, and I'm just playing it. Like instantly, and she was like, "What?" And then I said, "Think of anything that's ever happened, like literally, just anything in history." So she thought of the most. She said, "Well, I was thinking yesterday about when Martin Luther King was assassinated, and Robert Kennedy was making a speech in the moment that he was shot, and he got told during the speech. So he announced to a bunch of black people that he was speaking to. He announced to them that Martin Luther King was shot, and it was a really dramatic moment." And I just go. I go on YouTube on my iPhone, RFK, MLK shot, and in seconds we're listening to that speech. And my mother was it was one of those things where she was like, where am I? What is this?
Did she try to kill you?
Happened to the
Wizard! Wizard! Like Carrie's mother in the closet. Pray together. We'll pray. That is, I did pretty much the same thing at my mother and Sal's house with the iPhone. I was showing them things. You just pop on, because my mother's just a movie buff. Yeah. So I go to IMDb. And she's like, I don't need that. I have my Leonard Maltin book. And she's got this book that she gets every year. Yes. It's Leonard Maltin's book. Yes. And it's just got everything you could get on IMDb in a second in this 8,000-page gigantic book. Yeah. I'm like, Mom,
but it doesn't have Dane Cook's works in progress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean.
In production.
Like, and you could cross-reference actors in the same movie, so you could see if they were in the same movie together. Leonard Maltin book. All right, Mom, whatever.
All right, let's take a break. So